So, the episode just ended several minutes ago for me, and I'm going to do a very unscripted, short review type of thing. Not my full review, because I like to watch the episode at least 2 more times. God save me. Before I do a full spoilery review, and I'm going to keep the spoilers in this one to a minimum, maybe. Fair warning now, if you haven't seen the episode, definitely go watch it. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Off the bat, after the first viewing, keep in mind my opinions may change. Off the bat, after the first viewing, I thought the episode was amazing. I would give it a fucking 9 out of 10. Actually, I want to give it a 10, but the stupid reason I'm not giving it a perfect 10 is because I hate nighttime fighting. Like, throughout the entire time, I was struggling to see anything that was going on in the dark. And for those of you that have one of those very expensive televisions that I was TV shopping a while back and I couldn't because an emergency came up, I had to put my finances in something else instead of getting a new TV. While I was TV shopping, apparently there's a new TV, it's like HDR or something, see everything in the shadows. I wish I had a fucking TV like that for this episode, but I hate the dark. But I feel like this is a perfect 10 out of 10, except that ending. Now, I don't even know what to say, because I loved every minute of it. At one point, I'm like, holy fuck, is everybody dead? Is everybody just gonna die right here, and Bran's gonna do his time reset already? I was so sure of the time reset, but it didn't happen. But what did happen was certain things that I did actually really like. For example, the white giant. I thought there was gonna be giants, but no, the white giants. The one thing that did kind of annoy me thinking back on it now was the White Walker generals. They were just kind of standing back, not really doing anything. And I kind of wanted to see them in action, because this was a World War Z style massacre. If you've never seen that zombie movie, definitely check it out. But I would say the whites here are probably twice as deadly as the World War Z zombies, because they just run at you and claw at you. These motherfuckers have swords. Like, they were actively stabbing at people. And I gotta say, one of the coolest scenes, I need to do a top 5 super what the fuck moments for this episode. I normally don't like doing those videos because I'm not a douche, but I'm totally gonna do one now. I have to. I love the moment when the Dothraki are like, whoa, 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 and they just fucking charge in, and then I feel like the only reason they brought out Melisandre was not only to just, like, because people kept asking, where is she at? She's been a big thing for these past years. They wanted to knock her off, because there was almost no reason for her to be here. She was the MVP until Theon came in. But I feel like the reason they wanted to introduce Melisandre was to get her to do that cool fire trick on their swords, just for that horrific horror scene of the Dothraki charging in, and, like, one by one, the lights going out. Oh my god, I was like, yo, what? The scariest thing about fighting the White Walkers and the Whites is they don't need the light. These are literally my worst enemies. In fact, if they had spiders, they would be the one enemy I would never fight. I would rather kill myself than fight these fucking things. If they had spiders, oh my god. It's over, for me at least. Like, if I can't be, I would be like that one House Aaron guy who ran, and Brienne had to yell, stand your ground. Like, I would get out of there. So thank God they didn't have spiders. I fucking love how, like, there were so many clickbaity videos saying, like, Arya in the trailer is running from spiders. Shut the fuck up. Dude, you think Arya is running from the Night King? I mean, after that last scene, he should've. So stupid, oh my god. You know, it's funny, I ordered, what you can hear here, if you can hear that, I ordered some food right before the episode began, so rest in peace, person who delivered my food, if they were a Game of Thrones fan. But, by the way, for those of you wondering what's in there, it's just hard liquor. I like to drink it in a McDonald's cup. Makes me seem cool. But, no, yeah, the battle itself was, I don't want to say it was enjoyable, because at that point, it's just like watching someone kick a puppy. It's like, it was really nerve-wracking on multiple levels, because you were expecting a straight-out fight, but it was literally a slow retreat the entire time, right? Like, even before the Dothraki charge in, it's just a slow retreat. Because as soon as the dead piles over everybody, they're just pushed back. And at one point, like, everybody's fighting. You think, oh my god, here we go. This is gonna work. They're gonna do it. And no, they're just pushed back. And even because I was on the podcast with Preston and even Phil, we were doing the live stream a while ago too. You know, Preston was saying, well, they could just hide behind their walls. Yeah, that didn't work out that well because they just swarmed the fuck out of everybody. And I don't know, against these things, what can you really do? Because even if you're out on the field like they were, I mean, at least you could have, you know, defended yourself somehow with all the fortifications around Winterfell. But my god, it really was a massacre after a while. I feel bad for the Dothraki, because after a while, that was just sad. And Ghost went in there too with Jorah. Jorah survived. Where the fuck was Ghost? I mean, if he's killed off screen, I'm gonna be a little annoyed. I'm gonna be a little bit more than annoyed. But, whatever. Yeah, I gotta say, this episode was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. There were bits and pieces that I did not like. For example, Lyanna Mormont killing that giant was a very cringe moment for me. I thought it was hilarious when the giant burst through and it just, pushes her aside and just completely demolishes her. That was fucking hilarious. Oh my god, I laughed way more than I should have, and I'm so glad she's dead, and everybody can shut the fuck up about Lyanna Mormont having a lot of say on the small councils that Jon holds. But no, that was stupid. That was really dumb. Beric going out the way he did, you know, whatever. The one thing I'm super surprised at is I thought... What's really ridiculous is that I expected more people to die that shouldn't have died, I guess. That should have died. Like, maybe Podrick, or even Grey Worm, for that matter. I mean, he did the retirement scene speech. The retirement speech thing. He did... For those of you who have never seen the movie Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger, apparently someone's threatening Arnold, and the general of the U.S. comes over, and they're like, don't worry, Arnold, I'm putting my men to guard your house. They're a few days from retirement. And in the very next scene, they die. Yeah, like, I swear Grey Worm was gonna bite the dust, but I guess he didn't? And at one point, I felt as though, this is it. Brandon's gonna touch the weirwood tree, and he's gonna do a time reset. He's gonna send his consciousness back, and he's going to try this again. Kind of like Butterfly Effect. If you've ever seen that movie, definitely check it out. It's a pretty good Ashton Kutcher one. But no, that didn't happen, because it really felt hopeless after a while. Jorah and Dany out there in the field, you know, everybody inside being pushed up against the wall. I'm surprised Jaime, Podrick, Gendry, and Brienne survived. Like, what? How are you guys... Right, I'm stupid. Plot armor, duh. I'm surprised, besides them, like, after the control ship was destroyed, in the most stupidest way, we'll get to that in a minute, there were still some, like, normal soldiers, like, left, and I'm just surprised, like, who is still alive after all of that crap? Even in the preview breakdown, which I just released, like, there were people, like, left alive to hold stuff. Like, what? What are you doing? Oh, my God. Holy shit, whoever survived that battle, they need to be given, like, lands and keeps and, like, countries of their own, because holy shit, they really stuck it out. Those are the real MVPs. But, also, the stuff in the crypts, I thought that was also kind of dumb. I didn't expect there to be a lot of, like, dead people rising up from, like, the stone slabs. And they didn't rise from the stone slabs. I gotta go back and watch it again. They just kind of punched through the wall, which, I don't know, that's also kind of dumb. And there are a lot of people saying, dude, everybody in the crypts is fucked. Tyrion's dead, Varys is dead. No, I expected Varys to die at least, but no, not everybody in the crypts was killed. I would say maybe half or 1/3 were wiped out. And, what else to talk about this episode real quick, just at the top of my mind. The dragon fighting. Dany and Jon on Drogon and Rhaegal versus the Night King. Like, when he fell off the dragon, I'm like, yes! Aha! And like, oh no, he survived. Fuck. and then when he's on the ground, and Dany comes in, and she just blasts him with fire. I'm like, got him. No? What? Nani? How is that possible? Now, I'm calling it right now. There's gonna be 4,000 bullshit videos from shitty Thrones YouTubers saying that the Night King is a Targaryen just because he survived that fucking flame-throwing thing. And quite frankly, the real reason why he did survive will probably be revealed in the prequel, because the prequel is The Long Night, so we're gonna get the origins of the Night King and all that stuff, but... yeah, and I gotta say, I thought at first the MVP of this episode was Melisandre, because she came in and lit up the episode for me. Thank you, Mel. You're great. But it was really Theon. Like, Theon, holy shit. Theon is that one kid. He's that one quiet kid in the group, in every shooter. Like, if you ever play Xbox, because I do, if you ever play Xbox, something I've noticed is every time we try and find a guy for, like, a raid or something, or Call of Duty, there's always that one quiet kid. He doesn't talk that much. He has a mic, he doesn't talk, but he's just fucking fantastic. That's what I love, the strong, silent type. And though Theon is not silent, he was silent enough in that episode. There were no words needed to be said. Theon was the real MVP of that episode, and he went out like a boss. So I gotta give it to Theon for doing that. And, back to Melisandre for a minute. What the fuck was that? Like, why did she have to kill herself? I don't get that part. I don't understand why she needed to come in and just do that. That is the real thing that I'm so confused about, is why Melisandre had to come in and leave Winterfell, take off her necklace, which gave her life, apparently, and just wither away into a skeleton. Like, I don't get it. It would have made more sense if she, like, used her power to resurrect someone, and it took a lot out of her. But that part was weird. I hope they explain that later on, because I just didn't understand that. But overall, before I end this, like, quick little reaction thing, that scene with Arya, when Melisandre says, you're gonna take many eyes, brown eyes, green eyes, blue eyes, I'm sitting there going, no, they're not gonna do what I think they're gonna do. No, they're not. They did. Oh, it's so stupid. That is so dumb. That is the dumbest thing of this episode. That is what keeps this episode from being a perfect 10 out of motherfucking 10. Is the Arya killing the Night King stuff. That was so fucking stupid. I just have no words for how dumb that was. It was a perfect episode. Perfect. Very somber, sad, intense. I was on the edge of my seat every single time. But just that last scene, when all hope seems lost, Arya comes in and just... I was expecting him to kill her. Honestly, I would have liked that better. I was expecting him to kill her, and then maybe Theon comes out of nowhere and kills him. Like, but no. This will be the legacy of Game of Thrones. This will be the legacy of Game of Thrones, where it'll be like, it'll be like trying to reach that perfect orgasm, but someone ruins it for you. Like you still come, but like it's just something happens. Maybe someone knocked on the door, or your phone rang, and it's like, no, I was so close. Fuck it, I'll finish it anyways, but that's not gonna be as good. Like, that is the perfect way to describe this episode. It was like on the verge of it being just oh well. Well, let me know what you guys thought. As always, I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.